What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order, where diverse nations are drawn together in common cause to achieve the universal aspirations of mankind: peace and security, freedom, and the rule of law. Such is a world worthy of our struggle and worthy of our children's future.
I don't know. I mean, wouldn't it, I would have thought in some ways it would be cheaper than maintaining very large security forces and concentration camps and so on. I mean, just as in asylums, chemical control is a great deal simpler and cheaper than physical control. I mean, the bad old days of straight jackets and manacles and so on required quite a lot of people to handle the insane, whereas the tranquilizers seem to require much fewer. I mean, that you can get equal results with simpler and certainly pleasanter means.
Not doing it will be catastrophic. We'll have 8 degrees, we'll be 8 degrees hotter in 30 or 40 years, and basically none of the crops will grow. Most of the people will have died, and the rest of us will be cannibals. Civilization will have broken down. What the few people who are left will be living in a failed state like Somalia or Sudan, and living conditions will be intolerable. The droughts will be so bad there'll be no more corn growing. Not doing it is suicide. Just like dropping bombs on each other, nuclear weapons is suicide. So we've got to stop doing the two suicidal things, which are hanging on to our nuclear weapons
and global.
And then after that, we've got to stabilize the population. When I was born, there were
so what's wrong with the population? I mean,
with too many people. That's why we have global warming. We have global warming because too many people are using too much stuff. But if there were less people, they'd be using less stuff.
Now, many people have said to me, well, wait a minute, how could we, the citizens, ever stand up to the U.S. government and their entire military might? Well, wait a minute, I got the answer. We threw everything we had at Vietnam, and they were nothing but a bunch of farmers with a few AK-47s, and they were spread around.
But how do individuals say no to collectivists? Well, the lie of the collectivist is we all collectivize and let central planners at the Politburo, at the UN, at UNESCO tell us how to live in the Central Committee. It's the opposite. We are all individuals, but collectively through our choices and through the free market of ideas, finance, industry, agriculture can reverse this trend as simply as flicking a fly off of our knee if we realize the power we have and collectively make decisions that stand in the way of the tyrants. If we are able to do this, our destiny is literally unlimited. Humans are only happy when we're daring, when we're trailblazing, when we're inventing, when we're being challenged and challenging each other, and when we have the right of free expression and the right of free association. And the technocrats want to control the future. They want to control our development selfishly for themselves and are in a war against the individual and in a war against what's left of the United States of America. And that's why it's essential for everyone to realize that you are critical in this fight. And we are actually coming from behind, and now every metric shows are in the lead. Because even though the establishment has dumbed down the general public, and even though half the public can't even tie their shoelaces, it doesn't matter. Those poor zombies are out of the game. What matters is that the vast majority of that other 50% are the producers. And we run this country and we run this world. And if we simply stop complying in little ways, it will bring this system down. 5% defeated the British that had never been defeated in their history. We have way more than 5%, I'd say close to 10% that are really figuring out what's happening. We wake up another 10%, it's over. We can have a new golden age of human liberty worldwide.
Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming